Okay, so now that I have a text file saved, I am going to open it in Excel. I'm going to go to Open Other Workbooks. I'm going to go to Browse. I'm going to go to Desktop. Then I'm going to change all Excel files to All Files. Then I'm going to select this file and open it. Then I'm going to select Next, and then Finish. Then I am going to make all these columns wider so I can read it. And this is the text file that the software produces. The first column is called File, and these are all the netcdf files. The next column is Date, and all of these samples are from the same day. Then the next column is Time, and these are the times at which the runs began on the instrument for these samples. Then I have Substance, which is all the same for this one, HCSC22. Then there is the fragment mass, which is the iron. Then there is the peak height and the peak area, and this is the important information. This is what I wanted when I was doing my integrations. Then I have the retention time in seconds, and this should be approximately the same for all of the peaks. So these ones are all about 779. Then this is the noise, and then these are the comments. So all of these ones say integrated, and then the GAU stands for Gaussian fit, which is the method that I've been using. The comments usually correspond to whatever it says here. So sometimes it will say no blank or integrated manually, depending on what happened. So now I'm going to do integrations for a few more compounds. So I'm going to change this to the other iron, and it now looks like the black line is coming across the end of the window, so I'm going to make this a bit smaller. Then I'm going to apply settings to all. And it looks like for this one, it is integrating some of the noise on the blank sample, so I'm going to get rid of that. Then if I change this back to a normal peak and do the noise calculation, and that looks fine. And I'm going to report and report substance. Then I'm going to go back to my desktop, and I'm going to save this with the date and the iron again, and this time it is 68. And I'm going to save that. Then I have done all of the irons for this compound now, so I'm going to move to the next compound, and I'm going to apply settings to all. And it looks like there is a small peak here that I want to make sure I don't catch, so I'm going to make this a bit smaller and then apply settings to all again. Then I'm going to do the noise calculation. So this is going from 834, so about here-ish, to 846, so about here-ish. I think I can probably move that back a bit. If I change this to 55 and this to 40, and then apply settings to all. And it looks like I am catching the peak there. So I think I'm just going to reset to default for that and apply settings to all again. Then if I go to report and report substance, and I'm going to type in the date again, and then this time the iron is 52. And I'm going to save that. Then I'm going to move on to the next iron, and if I apply settings to all, and it looks like there isn't a little peak this time, so I would change this back to 15 and then apply settings to all again. Then I will do the noise calculation again. Then I'm going to go to report and report substance and type in the date again. And then this time it is iron 50. And I'm going to save that. And then I think I will do one more compound. And this one is a little bit smaller. There's quite a lot of noise for this peak. This bit here looks quite variable, the baseline, so I think I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to change this to 60 and then apply settings again, and that looks a bit better. And then if I do the noise calculation, and this is going from 73, so about here-ish, to 79, so that looks fine. Apply settings to all for that. Then I'm going to go to report and report substance, and then put in the date again, and this time the iron is 108, and I'm going to save that. Now, normally I would go through and do all of these compounds one after the other, but I'm just going to do the first few this time. And also something else I could do if I wanted to would be to click on here and then use the down arrow on the keyboard to scroll through each of my samples one after the other, and then I could go at my own pace. Then also on here, if I go to report all substances, the idea behind this is that I could do integrations for every compound in every iron, and instead of having to save them one at a time, I could save them all together. However, this feature doesn't work properly. It will only save the first iron for each compound, and I don't want to accidentally end up leaving any of them out, so I'm just saving them one at a time. And then I can also, if I want to, go to configure here and export settings, and then save this, and this will create a new MS info file for me. So if I just open that now, and I'm going to open this, and next and next and finish. And so this is the MS info file that I was using, but it has been updated for any of the settings that I changed. So for example, here I changed the sigma from 9 to 7, so it's changed that. And also here I changed this to 1160, so it's changed that. And it hasn't given me a predicted retention time for this compound, probably because the time varied too much in the samples that I had, and also because I only integrated the first 3 compounds, it's given me NaN, not a number, for all of the other compounds. So this doesn't work perfectly, but it is useful for updating the settings. Then I can also, if I close these down, go to here and I can go to File and Save Experiment, and then I'm going to save this. And then if I close all of these down, I can go and open up the IDL software again and wait while it loads, and then click to continue, and then I can go to File and Restore Experiment. Then I can open up this file, and then if I go to Data Analysis and Peak Integration / Noise, and then I can change this to 0.25 again. And this has opened up the experiment I was just working on. I haven't had to go and find the netcdf files again or the ms info file again. It's done that all for me, and for all of the compounds that I already integrated, it has saved those integrations and all of the changes that I made. And this is useful if I wanted to stop in the middle of an experiment and then come back to it later. I wouldn't have to redo everything all over again. Okay, and that is everything.